Oh, my name is Brian, and in today's class, we are going to be looking at understanding HTML structure. Yes, we need to understand the structure of HTML before we can be able to say we want to start coding within or around the environment of HTML. Every day of our lives, we come across all kinds of documents, such as newspaper, insurance forms, shops, catalogs. The list goes on. Many web pages act like electronic versions of these documents. For example, newspapers show the same stories in print as they do on websites. You can apply for insurance over the web, and stores have online catalogs and e-commerce facilities. In all kinds of documents, structure is very important in helping readers to understand the messages you are trying to convey and to navigate around the document. So, in order to learn how to write web pages, it is very important to understand how to structure documents. So, without taking much time, we are going to learn how to use common tags in HTML. Tags and their uses and their usage. Tags can act like containers. They tell you something about the information that lies between their opening and closing tags. HTML is the standard language used to create and design web pages. HTML uses tags to structure the content on a web page. Tags are enclosed in angle brackets and consist of an opening and sometimes a closing tag. The opening tag indicates the start of an element, and closing tag indicates the end of an element. This is an opening tag, while this is a closing tag. The difference between the opening and the closing tag is this backslash here. Now, this code now simply means that every paragraph you put on this code here should be on what? US English. That's the meaning. So in the above tag, P is a character, that's this is a character. Lang is the attribute name. YEN-UX is the attribute what? Value. The attribute name indicates what kind of extra information you are supplying about the element's content. It should be written in lowercase, that's small letter. For no reason, you should write this LAN in capital letter or start with L. It should be in what? Lowercase, that's small letter. The value is the information or settings for the attribute. It should be placed in a double quote, that this one, that the value should be in a double quote. While different attributes can have different values. Here, an attribute called LAN is used to indicate the language used in this element. The value of this attribute on this page specifies it in what? US English. Now, HTML tag as a tag. HTML element is a fundamental building block of web pages and serves as the root or top level element in an HTML document. It defines the beginning and the end of HTML document and encloses all the content that should be rendered in a web browser. Here's a breakdown of HTML elements. Now, in HTML elements, we have opening tag, we have content, we have head elements. Now, the opening tag is element noted by the opening tag this. This tag signifies the beginning of the HTML document. Now, the content, all other HTML elements such as heading, paragraph, image, links, and more are nested inside the HTML element. It forms the structure and content of the web page. Now look at the heading element. Inside the HTML element, we have the first major section is the head. The head element, it contains a meta information about the document, such as document title, character encoding, external CSS style sheets, JavaScript scripts, and other meta. Now, the body element. The next major section inside the HTML element is the body element. It encompasses the visible content of the web page. that users see when they visit the website or the site. This includes text, images, multimedial links, and any interactive elements like forms and buttons. Now we have the closing tag. The HTML element is closed by its closing tag. Remember the backslash, it must be there to indicate it's a closing tag, which appears at the end of the HTML document. That's the last thing at the HTML document. This signifies the end of the document content. Here's a simple example of an HTML document with HTML elements. Now this is a code. You see, we have this as a heading. This is the HTML document. Now it has the head, it has the title. In this head we have the title, we have the metal. All of these are all content of this HTML till the ending, which is this, the closing tag. So we'll come to this coding very soon. We'll see how it looks like on the web. So let's continue. In this example, we have a basic HTML document. The HTML document or element encompasses the entire document, and within it we have the head, we have the body section, each containing relevant content. The head section holds the title, character encoding, style sheet, and script, while the body section contains visible content like heading, paragraph, and an image. Now let's look at the other tags again with the head. The head element is a crucial part of an HTML document and is used to provide meta information and external resources that help define and control the behavior and appearance of the web page. It is a child element of the root HTML element and precedes the body element. Here is a breakdown of the head element. The head element also have an opening tag. This is that the opening tag element is denoted by the opening tag. This it signals the beginning of the section that contains metadata and external resources. Yeah, we have the content. The content element typically contains various HTML elements that provide meta information about the document and link external resources. Such common elements found within the head includes, these are the elements now we see in the head tag, meta. The meta element is used to specify metadata about the HTML document. Common uses include defining the character encoding, setting the viewport for responsive web design, providing keywords such as search engine, and controlling catchy behavior. Then we have the title, all this inside the heading. The title element is used to define the title of the web page, which appears in the browser's title bar or tab. It also displays as the page name in search engine results. Then we have the link. The link is an element used to link external resources to the HTML document, such as style sheets, CSS files, web fonts, or icons. Then we have the script. The script element is used to embed or link JavaScript code to the HTML document, allowing dynamic and interactive functionality on the web page. Then we have the base. The base element specifies the base URL for relative URLs in the document. This is useful when dealing with multiple resources that are hosted on the same domain. Then we have the style. The style element allows you to embed CSS, that's cascading style sheet, directly within the HTML document. This is particularly useful for applying inline style to specific elements. Now, the closing tag for the head is a container that does not have any visible content of its own, such as it does require a closing tag. Now here is an example of the head. You see, just like the HTML when we talked about the head, this is from the head. Now you have the head, all this in the head tag to the closing of the head before the body. So this is just from here to here is an example of the head tag. So now in this example, the head element contains the metal element to specify the character encoding, the title element to set the page title, a link element to include an external CSS style sheet, and a script element to link an external JavaScript. These elements provide essential information and resources for the web proper, for the web pages proper functioning and presentation. So we are going to stop here. So by next time we'll continue and see more of the tags. So I urge you all to go through this write-up and read it, go through them, understand them, because if you really understand this explanation, when we go into the coding, you will not have much problem. Thanks so much, and God bless you. Please help us share this content with your friends that are not able to be in the class, so that they can be able to benefit from this. Thanks so much.